All right, I just started the recording. So those of you that are jumping on, what we are doing is writing down a few things that bring peace in our life. So that feeling of peace in your heart, that's really what we are searching for. So that might be security, paying off a debt, having a savings account, might be a certain person brings you peace, a place might bring you peace. Maybe you feel peace, at church or with your family, or making memories with your family. Or I gave an example of swinging in a hammock on a sunny day brings me peace. A clean house brings me peace. So just write down a few things of when you have felt peace, or what you were doing or who you were with. All right, so once you have a few things there, and you can add to this later, maybe think on that today, what brings you the most peace. And you can even write down things that do not bring you peace. Maybe there's people in your life that are just dragging you down. They're gossiping, they're talking bad about people, they just do not bring out the best in you. And maybe it's important to recognize those situations or people and work on fixing those situations. But we're going to focus on the peace today. Okay, so once you have the peace, and if anyone wants to ask a question, go ahead and unmute yourself. I just muted everyone just in case there was background noise. Okay, so once you have those things that bring you peace, I want you to write down on your paper those things down the side, or things that you would like to accomplish this year that will bring you peace. So maybe, and if you already know things that bring you peace, those would probably be on the side because you want more of those things. Maybe building memories, going on a vacation with your family brings you peace. Maybe paying off a debt brings you peace. Maybe getting a new car would bring you peace. If your car is not reliable and you worry every time you go to start it if it's going to start or not, that's probably causing you stress. For me, a brand new car will not bring me peace because I have too many kids that would trash it, and that would just stress me out. So for me, a brand new car would not bring me peace, but a reliable car does. So whatever situation you're thinking would bring you peace, write that down. Maybe spending time with your sisters or your friends brings you peace. Maybe knowing that you could give your child piano lessons or horseback riding lessons or something that they really want, maybe that would bring you peace. All right, so on this paper, down the side of your paper, you're writing down a few goals of what would bring you peace, what you want to accomplish in 1 year, in this year, to bring more peace in your life. As far as income goes, maybe every month you're just barely scraping by, getting your bills paid, not having any extra. So maybe a different income would bring you more peace, having a little bit of extra. And how much would that be? Making an extra $1,000, $2,000 a month. Maybe that would bring you more peace. Okay, now we're gonna go a little bit bigger and think about 5 years. So maybe you had a goal and maybe it wasn't really accomplishable in 1 year or attainable in that 1 year, but maybe you want to set that for 5 years. So maybe you have a pretty big debt that you'd like to pay off, that maybe you don't think you'd be able to do it in 1 year, but within 5 years you think that's attainable. Or maybe you're wanting to move and get a new house to have more room for your kids and be able to let your family come over for holidays. Maybe that won't happen in 1 year, maybe it will, but if not, then we can put that in the 5 years. Maybe you'd like to have a savings account or a college fund for your kids. That might be in the 5-year plan. Okay, so I'm just going to unmute everyone. And I would love to hear some of the things that you put down, if anyone wants to share. Does anyone have anything they want to share that they have on their list?
My house decluttered. I want to get my house decluttered.
Oh, you want to get your house decluttered. That's awesome. That would definitely bring more peace. I know, like, just feeling less clutter brings me peace. All right. Awesome. That's a good one. So is that in your 1 year? Well, your 1 year goal? Okay. Love that. Anyone else have something they want to share?
I will.
Yes, go.
I want to create an office space in my room because right now my stuff is spread all over the place and it makes me crazy. I can't find my papers or whatever.
Okay. So you're feeling a little unorganized, frazzled, not being able to focus with your work. Okay. Love that.
I will.
Okay. Okay, go ahead.
Can you hear me?
Yep.
I said I want to go on vacation with my family and pay for it in cash.
Awesome. So where would you go, Susanna?
Anywhere.
All right.
Hawaii.
Okay.
Our goal is Hawaii.
Okay. So is that this year or within 5 years that you want to go to Hawaii?
I said this year.
Okay. Awesome. And you know what, Susanna, it's important for you to dream exactly where that is that you're going. Maybe even sit down with your family and figure out where that place is, maybe that specific island in Hawaii, so that you can put that on your creation board and create that exact goal. And think about, you know, how that would bring you peace, making those memories with your family, things you do, and to be able to do it without any debt, you know, that would be a huge thing. So being really specific is important. Awesome. And if you know that you have background noise, someone has really loud background noise, if you know that's you, just go ahead and mute yourself and unmute yourself when you want to talk. All right, anyone else? All right, so we are just getting started with this dreaming. So my challenge for you over this week is to be thinking of that and talk with your spouse, talk with your kids. Oh, I was gonna grab my vision board. Maybe I'll run out and get it and show you, but we sit down as a family and we talk about things that are really important to us to accomplish that year. So my kids have different goals that they want, sports they want to improve on, camps they want to go to, you know, even things that they'd like to buy or trips that we want to go to as a family. My husband had a new truck on there and he decided that a brand new truck would not bring him peace, just knowing how much that cost. And he decided more peace would be brought with a newer truck that he could pay cash for and not, you know, take a lot of our savings for to buy that. And that has brought him a lot of peace to find a great deal. Like every time he drives it, he knows he found, you know, he waited and found that great deal, and it brings him a lot of peace. So it doesn't always, it's not the same for everyone. Everyone's goals are not different or are not the same. A lot of times we'll throw like great things on there. Yeah, I want a boat and I want this and I want that. But I want you to stop and think, is that really going to bring me peace? Sometimes a new boat, if that's like what your family loves and that's going to create lots of memories and that's going to be just your favorite thing as your family and you're going to spend a lot of time on that, then yeah, that would go on your vision board, your creation board. But if that's just another thing, if that's just another thing that's going to add stress in your life, the cost of a boat, you know, the maintenance, if that's going to add more stress, then that probably wouldn't go on your creation board. So really think about each of these things that you have on there and think to yourself, is that bringing me more peace? All right, so now that we have a few things and you guys are going to talk to your spouse and dream a little bit more, we need to decide how to make that happen. And so so we have a column of your things that are going to bring you peace, your goals for the 1 year, your goals for the 5 year. Now I want you to go through that list and ask yourself, if I don't change anything that I'm doing right now, will this happen? So Crystal might say, if I don't set aside time every week or make a list of what the steps that I'm going to do to declutter my house room by room or drawer by drawer, if I don't set aside that time, will my house ever get decluttered? Or Amber, same thing. If I don't, you know, talk to my husband about what room I want for my office and I pick out exactly what I need in there and I make those steps, is that ever going to happen? Or Susanna, if I don't, you know, figure out how much that vacation is going to cost and start working toward that goal and putting money aside for that vacation, will that ever happen? If I don't ever increase my income, will that ever happen? Will I ever be able to take my family on a trip and pay in cash? So go through and just ask yourself, if I don't change anything, will this happen? And okay, and then over on the far end of your paper, so we kind of have columns going, 1 year, 5 year, make a check of things that need some changes to make those happen. Then write over on the side what changes need to be made to make those happen. So if it's a financial thing like the vacation for Susanna, she needs to figure out how much she needs to save to make that happen. And once she has all of those figured out, then she can add up for the whole year, all those goals that she has for the year, how much more she needs to make those happen. So,
Hey, take care. See you later. Bye.
I'm gonna mute. I think that was Kim. All right. So, does anyone have any questions so far on that? Now, Jody, is it okay if I use an example from our call with you?
Absolutely.
Okay. I won't go into specifics, but Jody had a few specific goals that she really wanted to work on. So she was able to add up exactly how much she needed to make that year to make all those goals happen. So she needs to make $18,500 to make all of those goals that she had become reality. And so once you have an exact amount or a number and figure out about how much time you can dedicate to those goals, then we can set up a one-on-one coaching session and we can break it down to exactly, so with Jody, we were able to sit down and now she knows exactly how many clients she needs every month. She has a goal of how many more she's going to add each month and how many coaches she'll add and how much time she's going to spend doing that. So she only had about an hour or two a day to dedicate to that goal. And so she started to do coaching sessions where she makes a list the night before of what she wants to get done, what's going to produce the most results, of who she's going to call, who she's going to follow up with, and she sets an hour and just goes through that list, gets it done. And then she can relax and enjoy her kids and not stress about always needing to, do something with her business. And someday she'll go and do 2 coaching sessions, get 2 hours of just complete work done, not wasting time on Facebook, but just getting things done. And so she started to just message myself and her coach just a list of what she got done that day, just so she can be accountable of what she's doing and see those results. And so that way, if she's not getting the results that we talked about, then we can kind of see what she's doing and we can kind of switch things around, maybe add this or maybe do this to get better results. So I think that really helps to see a clear vision of what you want and your action plan to do that. So does that help? Does that give you guys kind of a direction of where to go? Okay, so a couple challenges is talk to your spouse or your family, add some more things on your list, add up exactly how much you need to be making within this year and then within 5 years to make those things happen. And then let us know. Let's get on a coaching session. I'd love to jump on with you. If I'm not your coach, we'll jump on with your coach also and just make it an exact plan of how to make those things happen. And the goal here is to bring more peace, not to just get more stuff or make more money, but to bring more peace, to help more people, bring more peace in your life. And that's really, if we can go in that direction, that really gives you purpose in your life and gives you that direction. And then once you have those specific things, creating a creation board. Where you just go and you can Google on Google Images, like once Susanna knows what island she wants to go to, she can Google a picture of where she wants to go. Amber can Google a picture of the office, her dream office that she would want. Crystal, you'll Google like an organized house. Put that up there just so you can see what you're working on every day. And then it's so fun at the end of the year to go and like take off everything that you've done. And it just makes you really feel accomplished. And then you set more goals for the next year. So start working on that creation board, put it somewhere that you can see it. My family, we have like a framed 11 by 14, just a frame that we put, and we put all of the things that we wanted to work on that year. And I have it hung just right in my living room that my kids can see it every day. And those are things that we're working on, places we want to go, things that are going to bring more memories, more peace. So That's my challenge for you this week, okay? All right. We're going to start the Tuesday 20 just right here on the same link. So I don't know if it lets me log out so Amber can log in. I'm going to go ahead and log out. If it kicks you out, just log right back in, but I want to make sure Amber can get on.